Hey, sis. Hey, sis. I have a little delay here, but I'm going to work with what's going on right now with my YouTube. And so I'm going to have to,
Hey sis,
hold on, that's where it is.
I have a little
Yeah, there we go. All right. And so I'm hoping that y'all will be able to see what's going on over here with me as I switch over from broadcasting. I was using a different broadcast service before, and so now, as you see, I'm going to be using Zoom. And I just want to say welcome back to Mindful Money Moment. Give me just a moment while I set up a couple of things, and I'll be right here with you. So for those of you who are subscribed and get this notification, I'm glad that you have come on in and joined me this evening. And okay, let's see. Okay, cool. So I'm live on YouTube, and let me open up my pages. What happened to that? Okay, here we are. All right, sister. So thank you so much for your patience. Thank you so much for your patience. And I'm hoping that this is recording and you'll be able to hear everything I'm saying. I will watch the replay and, obviously learn from this first opportunity to live broadcast on YouTube. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity. So, hey, sis, thanks for joining me today for another Mindful Money Moment. It's the first Monday in September of 2021. So, the topic for discussion this evening is health is wealth. I am Kevette Minor Kane, your financial liberation expert at MarimorLife LLC. And this is all about understanding how our mindset affects our money management so that we can make better decisions, create better habits, and experience a better quality of life. Health is wealth is all about understanding how our health in the five areas, which are the mindset pillars here at Marimor Life, affects our development of wealth. And so each month on the first Monday of the month, we will be discussing tips, thoughts, and strategies for improving or maintaining our health from the mental, emotional, spiritual, physical, and financial perspectives, and making the connection to wealth through stories and examples that will support you ladies in this community to grow from just surviving to full on thriving. And so you're invited to send your questions for a little Q&A. So feel free to email them to support@marimorlife.com. That's SUPPORT at marimorlife, MarimorLife.com. And if you don't know already, then let me update you with how we do things around here. It's not just about what to do, but absolutely how. And each step on this journey is intended to educate, guide, and support you in the process of becoming a mama with a swag. That's right, a money manager with self worth and gratitude, our core principles, and the activities that we support. We want to provide you with the education, the guidance, and support that you need. So my guests will include health coaches, nutritionists, mental health therapists, medical doctors, naturopathic and holistic practitioners, and herbalists. So I'm looking so forward to what this next season of Mindful Money Moment has in store for you and for me as we continue to grow together. So I want you to see our disclosure at MarimorLife.com/mindful money moment disclosure. And so for tonight, I've decided to share with you some of my top secret tips for maintaining health in each of those 5 areas that we talked about of mindset. And so, of course, there's first the mental, and then there's the emotional, and there is the spiritual, the physical, and the financial. So step 1 or tip 1 comes from the mental health, mental mindset perspective. And my encouragement to you is to find a therapist. I know that is one of the most challenging things to do now after, surviving COVID-19, the quarantine and all, that goes along with that, even as we're kind of going back into the precautions and we see the numbers rising up again. But it is absolutely necessary. And we've seen that over the last year and a half as the mental health field has become flooded, and absolutely essential for the global population, not just your local area community, y'all here with me, but with everyone. And so it's absolutely essential that even if you're not able to find a mental health therapist, that you find a good girlfriend, someone who is stable and solid, who can listen to you as you talk through some of the challenges, some of the anxiety, maybe the frustrations that you've been facing as you've had to pivot and adjust, change and shift through this process and growing under our new normal. And so, being able to have that is absolutely essential. Someone who will just simply listen, because therapy is not necessarily about getting some major advice from someone about what to do with your challenges, but it's about being able to talk through the challenge for yourself. You already have all the answers. You already have all the answers. You know you better than anybody else. And so finding another person is just simply about being able to find someone who recognizes their 2 ears, will keep their mouth closed, and just listen to you as you pour out so that you can let go of whatever anxiety or stress or challenge that you're facing. And that's so essential because those mental health issues will affect us physically. And we'll talk about that in just a moment. Step number 2 or tip number 2 is to work with a life coach. And that's different from your therapist. Working with a life coach is different because the life coach is someone who is going to give you activities to do what we call doing the work, getting through this process where you're doing that deep introspection, self-evaluation. You're able to, pull from the depth of your soul the challenges that you're facing, the true emotions that you are dealing with, and identify what those emotions are. Even working with an emotional intelligence practitioner, of which I am, because we have the tools and the skills to be able to help you to become more conscious and aware of where your emotions are taking you and how your emotions are showing up. That is absolutely what emotional intelligence is all about. So when you think about being able to recognize your emotions, it doesn't mean that you're always going to be able to control your reaction initially. That is the work that needs to be done to be able to make sure that if you're dealing with a trauma, you're not constantly falling back on a trauma response when you're triggered in those circumstances. You're able to pause, be conscious and aware, recognize your emotions, and then understand how to address them. That is your coping mechanism, being able to put those tools to use so that you will be able to maintain the peace of mind that you truly, truly need and desire, and you deserve it. You deserve to have that peace of mind. And so finding a life coach or an emotional intelligence practitioner, someone who can work with you through those tools and processes, those strategies, the actual task, taking action, and going into digging into what are the cause of the triggers, and being able to recognize the trauma responses so that you'll be able to cope with them and to grow from that point, and then be able to control your emotions better as you continue to grow. And so that's tip number 2. Tip number 3 is going to be, of course, in the area of spiritual mindset, which is to connect with a spiritual teacher. Find someone who connects with you. Where are they saying things that resonate with you as truth? And I believe that in this area, it is absolutely necessary that each and every one of us take an opportunity to recognize our own personal truth. It is not the truth of someone else that they're imposing upon us, that they are dictating to us or indoctrinating us with, but it is the truth that we recognize, because when we hear it, we know that it resonates. And it's something that we are drawn to, and that we want to get more information about, that we want to take some time and do some research, maybe some in-depth contemplation, meditation, taking time, many call it prayer, and taking an opportunity to connect with our creator, as it were, and the universal forces that exist. Many of us recognize there's energies. Many of us recognize the teachings of different ancient philosophies and religions. And so identifying which of those religions, philosophies, energies, you connect with, is absolutely essential for you to then find your peace on a spiritual level, because no one can have a relationship with God for you. Only you can have that relationship with God, and only you know how that relationship is going to work. And so you have to go on. The journey is about discovering how that relationship works, and how you will be able to best benefit by developing that relationship, and by being able to find your peace and your solid ground to stand on, where we're speaking about spiritually. And so the fourth area, of course, is going to be in the area of your physical mindset. And that's where we talk about caring for your physical health. And your physical health is affected by your mental health and your emotional health, as well as your spiritual health. Because when you are mentally stressed, or emotionally strained, or spiritually disconnected, there are physical chemicals in our body that react to those feelings and those thoughts and those connections, or the lack thereof. And so you want to make sure that you're paying attention to how your body is responding to your environment and to your relationships, whether that's relationships with people in your life, or that is a spiritual connection that you have. And the lack of that spiritual connection can really be very challenging for us when we feel disconnected. And you feel like you want to have an opportunity to reconnect. What do you want to reconnect with? That's your spiritual side. And so finding a teacher who teaches things that resonate with you, things that you recognize as truth, and can answer the questions that you have in a way that will lead you to understanding on a greater level your existence and your purpose, and how to express your passion so that you're able to benefit not only yourself, but also those in your community and those around you. And so making that spiritual connection with a spiritual teacher is absolutely essential for each and every one of us. And so that you're able to recognize your own truth and to honor that truth. Ashe. And so step number 4 then would be connecting with a health coach. Make use of a health coach so that you're able to understand how those chemicals in your body are responding to the stresses and the anxieties. We've got the cortisol, the serotonin, the dopamine, the adrenaline, all of those different hormones that exist in your body. And there's a whole plethora, of other hormones that I couldn't begin to explain to you because I'm not a medical doctor. But that would be a great place for you to start, going to your medical doctor and talking to your primary care about, how you feel and what are the hormones in your body that could cause you to feel that way, and paying attention to what you're eating and how you're exercising in order to be able to benefit yourself. So because when you are eating well and moving your body in a way so that you're able to keep everything functioning and flowing, that's where you're going to find the ultimate benefits. And so how does that happen? How is that going to work for you? That's where you've got to do the work and identify, what is the method that works for you. There are millions of methods out here, but finding one that works for you is absolutely essential. And I'm just going to share a brief story with you about this because I have had my own weight loss journey that I experienced over a number of years, and even recently have been very conscientious about my health as I've gone through this transition in my life, because I recognized the stress that I was under, having in the process of healing from trauma, is absolutely critical for me to pay attention to what I'm eating and how I'm moving, so that I'm able to really benefit myself in being healed, healthy, and whole through this process. And so one of the things that I've done is to focus in on eating more smoothies. So for my breakfast, I like to have a smoothie in the morning, and, I will add different ingredients into that smoothie. This month, I'm focusing in on alkaline smoothies. So my smoothie consists of banana, of cantaloupe, of blueberries. Of course, I put my chlorophyll and my sea moss in that smoothie, and I've got some avocado that I can put in there. And there's a number of other alkaline vegetables and fruits that you can use to create your own smoothies. I love mine because that melon is just absolutely amazing. And I hadn't been putting melon in my smoothie before. When I discovered it, I was just like, oh my gosh, why haven't I been doing this? Melon, where you been all my life? So I started putting the melon in my smoothie, and it's just absolutely, absolutely delicious. And it makes me feel great. And it's nutritious. It's filling. I don't get hungry, so often. I do eat 5 times a day, and that's one of the measures that I've taken in managing my physical health, so that I'm able to keep my metabolism going and to curb my appetite. I do like to eat. She's a hungry girl. And so, I make sure that I have my 3 meals and 2 snacks every day. And it works for me. And I usually choose live food because I don't like to cook a lot of stuff. And by live food, I mean apples, oranges, bananas, stuff that I don't have to cook, live greens, stuff that's not been cooked down or steamed, or, the nutrients have been steamed out of it or anything like that. But being able to really enjoy food in its natural state, and how it makes you feel on the inside, how it makes me feel on the inside. I really enjoy that. And so, of course, our 5th tip for you this evening is going to be in the area of the financial mindset. And so that 5th tip is going to be to seek out and develop a relationship with a financial advisor. Your first opportunity would be sending a message to me. Make a comment below if you'd like to schedule a connection, or you can visit MarimorLife.com and click on Connect with Kevette, so that we can schedule some time and be able to sit down and identify what your goals are and how you can accomplish them. Because it is about being able to identify the tasks, the step-by-step actions that you can take in order to create the reality of your dreams, by putting into action, those steps, those things that will really work for you. And I will be, discussing some of those things as we continue to move forward. The other 4 weeks of the month are going to be action packed or content packed as we continue to review. Next, on the second Monday of every month, we'll be reviewing our money talks and money talks BS walks, and the BS stands for belief system. So your money talks and your belief system is where you walk, so walk the talk. We're going to talk to you about what you can do with your money. I'm going to have other financial advisors from every area. I am a licensed life and health insurance agent. I am a financial planner and a financial educator. And so I will be discussing those things, but there's so much more. There's more. There's realtors, and there are, loan managers, mortgage managers, mortgage loan officers who will be able to talk to you, helping you understand your credit, credit solutionists, and those who are able to come out and talk about real estate investing, and even stock market investing, and even cryptocurrency investing. Those are things that are not my expertise, but absolutely deserve the attention of you so that you're able to understand, what speaks to you, what resonates with you. It's like picking a religion. It's like picking that spiritual advisor. You've got to find the person that's going to say the things that resonate with you. What is your interest? What are your goals? Where do you want to go? What resonates with you is in what speaks to you as truth, so that you can identify, stock market investing is not for everybody. Cryptocurrency investing is not for everybody, but you've got to understand a little bit about the whole playing field in order to choose which position you want to play in the game, And so that's the whole goal here, is to make sure that you are educated so that you can understand what are the options and make the best choices for you. Because of course, it's about understanding how our emotions affect our money management so that we're able to create better habits, right? Make better decisions and experience a greater quality of life overall. And so I thank you for being here with me for this mindful money moment. I look forward to being back with you again. I'm going to have my guests coming in, of course, so look forward to those health coaches. And our first coach is going to be coming in on October, the first Monday in October, and sharing with us some of those tips and strategies. So make sure you've got your notebook and your pen. You can join us and be able to take those notes to put those steps into action for you, and to see the progress that you can make and the difference that you can experience in your life by putting these things into application as you take a mindful money moment. I again am Kevette Minor Kane, your financial liberation expert, your financial liberation expert. And I look forward to serving you and to speaking with you and to sharing with you more tips, thoughts, and strategies on our next mindful money moment. Have a wonderful evening. Take care. Thanks for joining me.